Hello, denizens of the internet, and welcome back to the Dire Penguin Show, where we are continuing with Thea, the Awakening. Now, if you missed the previous couple episodes, we haven't really accomplished a whole lot. We've built a few farms, we've run around, we've fought some rats, and in fact we've taken out a rat witch. But our real goal for the moment is to try to get some resource gathering for some string so that I can get what I've been drooling over for several games now, which is the well down here. And if I can go ahead and get that, then it's going to grant random resources each turn. Doesn't stack, but it's good to have at least one of them. And we're going to want to use pretty good materials for that probably. Because we can't stack them, we're going to want to get the really good stuff out of it if we can. Don't know that we have good enough materials to make that really well. We'll probably end up replacing it at some point, but, you know, that's our goal for the moment. Now, it's heading toward night, which means this is going to be a dangerous time to send anybody out from the town. So I'm thinking probably instead what we'll do is we'll take our main party, we'll go ahead and clear out some spiders' nests, try to wait out the night, and then during the day, once we can see farther again, then we'll see if we can't get another resource gathering party going. Because I think, if we take a look at our town here, this sounds really bad, but we're out of children, which means this is pretty much what we're going to have for a while. We've got a couple warriors. I've got a warrior I can leave in town, probably take two and maybe two gatherers, and just try to go and start gathering. It would be nice if I could craft some tools, which I can't. Ooh. You know, I have enough iron to make this work. Don't have enough to make gathering tools, though. I don't have whatever this is. Let's see if we can spot that on the map. Actually, you know what? We could probably spot it in our research. That is this. It's straw. Okay, let's see if we can find straw anywhere. Because if we can do that, then we can get gathering tools. We have not found a single source of straw anywhere on the map. Okay, can we craft it from anything? No, it doesn't really look like it. Okay, that could potentially be a problem. It may make that worth exploring down here. Because we've explored over here and we know there's no straw, but north of us, to the right, and south, we haven't really. Not sure what that is. So that would be good, because right now our two gatherers that are still in town that we'll probably send are probably, for instance, this guy right here. And he has 3 gatherings. She has 5. She's 6. Not great, but he'll be good enough. Tomko has 4 gatherings as well. So we'll send those 2 gatherers out, and that should be good enough, at least to get us the well. And then from the well, we might be able to get some further straw. That's the hope, anyway. But for the moment, let's go ahead and just take our party here and go wipe out. Okay, well, apparently walk 3 feet, and then, you know, wait until night. We have some people that aren't doing anything, which is fine. We're getting 1 of these a day. And we have a spare research point, which we know. Let's go wipe out some spiders.
You are stopped by a group of mischievous house demons called the Hurlicks. They come in various sizes and shapes, they travel in groups, and they are often up to no good. But, unless provoked, usually they are not dangerous. One, looking like a child with big furry ears and a tail, speaks to you. Will you play hide and seek with us? Will you?
Probably a bad idea, but you might get perks for this. This might be one of those situations where you lose some items, you lose some health, something like that, but you get some talent out of it that you wouldn't otherwise have. Let's go ahead and try it.
The Hurlicks run around in excitement.
3 options unavailable is a bit ominous here.
You played well, but the Hurlicks beat you silly. They were still happy with your efforts and give you a ball of twine. However, it turns out they poisoned your food, so some of you feel sick the next day.
Okay, well, we got the the string we needed, but some of us feel sick the next day. This disappears over time. It can cause problems. It says here, sickness is a common foe in Thea. It probably won't kill you on its own, but can be bothersome and lead to complications. If it doesn't kill you, sickness will eventually wear off. Now, 2 sickness isn't very bad. I think this is just 2 turns of it. But still, we'll want to bring this back because that may give us enough that we can actually make the well. So we know the crafting material for the well is 25 string. Do we have enough? We just got 11. Let's see what our town has. I think you start out with some in town. Start with 10. I've got a 21. I don't actually have enough. Now, do we actually want to take on the spider's nest? Probably. Let's go ahead and just fight them. It's 4 malicious spiders, so let's go ahead. We know this isn't very bad unless they're high level. We can make this work. Let's go ahead and roll with it. Yep. Weaklings. I've got 2 cards this turn, so let's play this guy. Let's go ahead and take that one out. And then we'll go ahead and play our heavy hitter. This will give us 2 powerful attacks up front, which should be able to deal with anybody that can actually hurt them. Again, I'm using advanced knowledge here to... Oh, these have actually leveled up a little bit, but to know that these guys don't have piercing damage or something that could damage our characters. We will start to encounter that more and more as the game goes on, though. Let's go ahead and play this guy. And, you know, I'm going to wait. Because really, I don't need to be worried about this. I'll just use him to get rid of that spider. These 2 characters will kill those spiders and we'll be done. Just go ahead and wait this out. We knew this wasn't a problem, but this is just giving us those all-important research points. We need a ton of these, because it takes currently 19 to get a research point, which unlocks something on here. So we need a ton of these. I mean, just look at this. This is 19, this is 19, this is 19, this is, you know, gosh, like 40. So we're going to need a ton of these research points. So, should I go handle that spider's nest? Let's take a look at where our string is. Okay, so our string is down here. We have some up there, but this is a little bit closer, maybe? And it's closer to territory we've explored, but we haven't explored too far down here. Might be worth doing that. We're still not too far from town. So let's go ahead and do that. It should be relatively safe. Still dark, though. So, hungry unliving. Alright, well, let's see how that goes. Go ahead and attack them. Now, we can get into a tactics fight. Now, this is something I really should have done against, maybe that group of rats earlier, is I really should get in one of these tactics fights to see whether our guys are good at it or not. I really don't know, because it makes sense that tactics is your offense skill, but I'm not sure what your defense skill would be, and that determines your health. So I'm thinking instead we'll just go for the straight-up fight, because we know we're pretty good at that. 2 broken skeletons and an unliving corpse. Alright. We got pretty good, guys. Sergey here, he does a lot of damage, has some shielding. He's probably our weakest character out of this lineup, but we've got our heavy defense person. She's got good stats all around. I like her. And this right here, this leech, causes her to gain life when she does damage. Even better. We've also got a piercing. He's taken some wounds. Probably from the sickness. So is this guy, and I think they were the 2 that got sick. Don't have too much in the way of abilities here, but he's at least piercing damage. So he's got a built-in ability, if I can use the get closer, and she just does a ton of damage. So, he's our support guy, and we can shield one of the other characters if we need it. Let's go ahead and keep it. We'll see if we can't make this work. He comes out first. 29 health on that guy, but he only does 4 damage. I've got 2 cards I can play. I can't knock the guy out straight out, because combined I can only do 15 points of damage from our piercing attacks. So, I'm gonna have to weather his attack. Probably makes sense to put this character out and save Sergey for a time when I know it's safe. Or I can shield him. But I don't know... I can't ensure his safety. In other words, I can't... Well, I guess I could kind of put him behind a guy. You know what? I think I'm going to put Nimela out, and then I'm going to put her out, because I want her pretty high in the chain. She's protecting from the Unliving Corpse. The Unliving Corpse will not be able to attack her, but if I go ahead and bring her out, then she'll be able to do her damage if they bring out the Tactics person, and I can always shield her using Bartosz. So let's go ahead and bring her out. May not be the smartest move, but I want her damage to be able to go before anyone else the second round. Probably, again, not the best move, but if it was too much risk, I also have Confuse here at level 4, which should be enough to handle these guys. And that would cause this guy to wait until she could attack. He's going to do 3 damage. Now my options are Confuse him or Shield her. Because I can't do enough damage to take this guy out in 1 round. I am thinking what I will probably do. I need to be aware this guy is not going to be able to get through her shield. Okay. I'm thinking probably go ahead and confuse this guy. Means giving up 7 damage ooh. No, actually that's 22 damage by the end. I think that's right. I think what I'm going to do instead is get closer and then shield him. Okay. Might not be the best move. Ah, perfect. This guy does some more damage, but we can do some pretty good damage to him. He's confused, which means my guys that I place here at the end will do plenty of damage against him. This guy is going to be able to attack this coming round. I can't stop him. These 2 guys are confused, so they will not go the first round, and she only has the option of hitting this unliving corpse over here. So that means that I could play Mutilated to do his piercing damage against this guy. But then he's at risk of being attacked, and he's already wounded. So what I'm thinking instead is I put Sergei out, and then Mutilated. And I think I just made a mistake. No, because they'll actually get to attack. So they will be able to do their damage to this guy, but this guy remains protected. There's nobody that can actually do that much damage to Sergei here. Okay, it's a little bit riskier here, but I think we've still done it in a way that's smart. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Wasting that attack. This means next round that attack is going to be wasted. But it's okay. We've got everybody else piled up behind Nimela here. We did take a wound on Nimela, I think. No, we didn't. Okay, I thought we did. Alright, well we didn't get very much for it either, so I guess that's fair. So let's go ahead and see. I want to see those wounds. We've got 1 wound and 1 wound. Okay. So let's go ahead and stop here and see if those wounds go away. No, they did not. We probably have to camp to see those go away. Okay, well let's just explore a little bit. 1 wound is not that serious. Okay, that's what we just fought. Probably be alright to go ahead and attack them. They might attack us. Nope. And we can't even see them anymore. Alright, let's go ahead and fight them again. We've done this before. Let's see what we got. We got our 2 piercing damages up front. That's a little bit unfortunate because you get that damage even if they're in your tactics hand. We've got Numelo again, which is good. Our heavy hitter is once again in our tactics hand, but we have 2 support characters out here. You know what? We'll go ahead and roll with that. That first action is a really powerful ability that we can use. So we can actually go ahead and outright kill this guy, I think, because we can use... How much does he got? He's got 20. So I could bring this guy out. Actually, I could bring out Nimela. You know what? I could just bring this guy out without using an ability and take care of that skeleton. Because now he's got less than 15, so he'll be able to kill him off. I have another card to play. Let's go ahead and play Nimela. Let's go ahead and get her out. She doesn't have piercing damage, so let's go ahead and get her in front. Might have been smart to play... actually, would have been very smart to play Viola here, because I need to protect her because she wouldn't be ready until the second round. Should have played her, but it's okay. We'll make it work. They only have 3 cards, so we can work around that. And in fact, I can use first action to send her to the front if I really need to protect her. Okay. He is... Let's go ahead and play Mutilated to go ahead and take care of this guy. And instead what we're going to do is then use her. She is protected here, but I'm actually going to use the first action to send her all the way to the front. That way we get a heavy damage hit to clean up anybody who's left, namely this unliving corpse right here. And then I'm going to shield my Sladar, so when this guy goes, both of the characters next to him are shielded. Okay. My Sladar should take care of that guy, but he might attack this character. We'll have to see. Okay. Clean that one up. That one was a given. Yamela's going to whack on him. Who does he attack? He attacks my Sladar. That's a little bit unfortunate. He was the less shielded one, but we have enough damage that that's not going to be a problem. Okay, this one's a little bit played out just a little bit better than the last fight. I like that. We're definitely good at regular fights. I have to see how we do at tactics fights, though. Oh. We are starving. This is very, very bad. I'm thinking I need to send out a rescue force. Wow, I did not notice that at all. Let's send out our 2 warriors with some vegetables. Not all of them, please. With a good number of vegetables. And some fuel so they don't... Okay. Just gonna be these 2. Okay, now this expedition is going to try to come rescue this other expedition. They'll have to go 1 turn without food, but I doubt that's actually gonna kill anybody. And then this expedition... Oh, we can't quite get there. Almost. What else happened? We finished our next pasture. So we now have 3 pastures. And how much meat do we have? We still only have 7 meat. We'll see what happens with that next turn. Alright, let's go ahead and end this turn. Nothing really bad. What happens when we run out of food? Obviously bad things, but I don't know exactly what starving does. I don't know. I really don't. But that's okay, this expedition can come here. We'll join up the 2 expeditions. We'll just bring everybody in together. And all the food. And now we have 10 turns of food left. Okay, so we've rescued them, and now they'll make it back to the town. Because, honestly, 10 turns of food is not that much at all. Okay, and this town is relatively unprotected in the meantime. Let's go ahead and end the turn. What have we got here? Nestoya is going to get attacked by the malicious spiders. Fortunately, we know malicious spiders aren't that bad, so this is going to be okay. Let's see who we've got as far as fighters. We've got some heavily shielded people, which is very, very nice. A lot of people with shields. He's pretty useful. I might just roll with this, because we've got Marcelka out, and she is obviously our fighter. Lots of defense, lots of attack, lots of hit points. Let's go ahead and keep this. And we get first go, so why not bring her out? Now, we don't have anybody that has piercing damage, so it might actually make more sense to bring out Ludmila. She's got blunt damage. That's somebody I definitely want out in the front, because blunt damage, we haven't really seen it in the game. Blunt damage is, if she kills somebody, any damage that has not been applied will carry over to the next target. So she's actually going to overkill this malicious spider, and presumably that moves on to the next target. Now, we know that she's going to kill the spiders, so it's still safe to bring out other characters. So I'm going to bring out Kazmir, protect him with Marcelka. And let them bring out more spiders. Ooh! The counter tactic. And they moved a spider in front. Well, that's not really a problem, because I can just use first action to move Marcelka to the front. Now, they don't have that option anymore because their card is in their offensive hand as opposed to their tactics hand, so we have effectively countered their move. And that's something that is very interesting is when you're fighting these characters, you have to learn this. It doesn't list it right here what the malicious spider's abilities are. I had no idea they had the first action ability, and maybe they don't. Maybe not all of them do, but certainly that one did. Now, I guess we'll go ahead and bring her out. She does a lot of damage. Wow. For a gatherer, she does a ton. Let's go ahead and bring her out. This should be fine. We shouldn't have any problem here. There we go. And we got some spider silk. Oh, very nice. Okay, now what are these things? 4 warped snakes. Well, we've got a lot of fighters on hand. Let's go ahead and try to clean them up. We're right next to town. So... Oh, that's why we ran out of food! The Holics poisoned the food. We had to toss it out. That's why we ran out. I'll have to go back and look at the footage. I bet you that's what happened. Alright, let's go ahead and try. Let's go ahead and fight them. I want to see what they do. What have we got? Not the best. We've got Bartosz here, and he really is better in the tactics hand. Almost anybody else would be better. Let's go ahead and reshuffle. Pretty good. Got a blunt damage, 2 piercing. Our shielded people are in the tactics hand, but we at least have 2 people with the shield ally ability, so we can make up for that. Our turn. Always makes sense to put your blunt damage person first. That damage is going to carry through. You definitely want them ahead of anyone else. And also, doubles damage when attacking a wounded enemy. I wonder if you attack a wounded enemy, if the double damage from the poison applies to the next character. Probably not, but it depends on how the game is coded. Okay, so they're not too bad. Low damage, and relatively low hit points. She'll be able to actually power through that to the next character. However... Let's go ahead and bring out her, too. I could always bring her forward. No, my first action skills are too weak. For my other character, let's go ahead and bring out Sergei. I've got a heavy shield here that I can use on him if I need it. First action. Okay, not a problem. We can deal with that. Okay, none of our characters have a first action level that is high enough. So he is confused. Okay, he is confused. Not a problem. Hubbyslava's actually going to go ahead and take that out. That was really stupid of them to manipulate one that was already confused. Let's go ahead and bring our heavy hitter out and wait for their move. They don't have any tactics left, so they can't give one of these characters piercing damage or something weird like that. Let's go ahead and pick their character off. And I should have used the other guy for it, but wait for their turn. And then pick this guy off. They're going to have a very bad day here. Let's just get closer with everybody. And this is a bad day for the warped snakes. Very bad day. Don't know exactly why they're warped, but I don't really care either. Okay, there we go. Once again, we get 1 experience, 1 research, and there we go. Okay, so I guess we'll save creating the second expedition for the next episode. We'll go ahead and call this one here, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, folks. Dire Penguin out.